Hi, and welcome to Yin and Restore. My name is Anna Victoria, and this is a practice for the water element. It's a practice to nourish the kidneys specifically, which can be affected if we're going through a lot of stress. So it's a beautiful practice if you're feeling a little bit worn out, if you've been going through a lot lately. And it's an invitation to just rest in the stillness and receive some of that water nourishment throughout this practice. So we'll begin in a seated position, and I invite you to bring your feet in front, any which way that works for you. Just to find the starting point of the kidneys, we're going to start by rubbing the hands to bring some warmth in. And then place your palms at the soles of the feet. Just for a moment, receiving that warmth. And then we're going to bring the thumbs to press in at the center point at the upper part of the soles of the feet. There's a place that is almost like a hollow part, and that's where your kidney meridian begins. So the kidney one point is here. Give it a press, squeeze it for a moment. This is an acupoint that can be beneficial to stimulate if you're feeling a little bit ungrounded, or if you're really in need for that deep replenishment and recharge. So take a couple of breaths here. And let your hands sweep up along the legs to your hips, and we'll extend the legs and sweep down along the legs. Just a couple of times. And then we'll come into a child's pose. So your actual kidneys are located at the lower back. And before you come into child pose, you might place your hands here, just so you know where they are. And take a breath, as if you could fill the breath into your hands to your lower back. And just being aware of that place in the body. And as for your child pose here, the invitation is to bring the knees just a little bit closer, so you have an extension at the back body. You can use a block or a cushion or a lot of cushion piled up together for your support, or if you prefer to rest straight onto your yoga mat, you can do that. And check in with the arms. You might place them back towards your feet, or let the hands widen away from the yoga mat, whatever feels good to you. And start inviting longer exhales. So you'll breathe out all the way until you're empty. And let the inhale pour in naturally. And then extending the exhale again. So if you're allowing your whole being to land with each breath. Relaxing the shoulders. The belly. Hips. Insides of the palms. Insides of the feet. Keep inviting that sense of a melting each time you exhale. The water element is connected to fear, but it's also connected to courage. And it's the archetype of the philosopher, the part of you that wants to know the truth. And to have the courage to go beneath the surface. So you can take a moment here, the last minute, and just see how that lands for you. Courage, go beneath the surface. And then invite a deeper breath, maybe a sigh. Bring the awareness to your hands and start walking your body back whenever you're ready. We'll come over to one side and extend the legs as we're coming into a forward fold or caterpillar pose. If you'd like, you can support under your knees or sit on a cushion. You can also place bolster, whatever you like in front of you. And then inviting and melting in and down. So folding in over the legs. And as you start to come into the shape, you're welcome to explore. Maybe you want to widen between the heels. Maybe you want to support your head with a block or a cushion. So take your time to make this shape yours. It doesn't matter what it looks like, but the yin qualities here. So you want to feel it, but not to the way that it's painful. But you can let yourself explore what's happening on the inside. Where can you feel this? And where can you soften? Maybe the tips of the fingers, the face, the jaw, maybe the shoulders, that quality of water as dripping in and down. See if you can allow the weight of your body to melt in and down into the support. And as you breathe here, just notice how the inhale gently expands the back body, the space around the kidneys, the lower back, and up to the shoulders, the space around the heart, behind the heart. And if you'd like, you can imagine the breath pouring into the lower back just to create a little bit more space there. The last minute here. And then invite a deeper breath. And placing the hands down, so pressing fingertips to the surface where you are. And let your hands support you to come back. Just slowly, you might get dizzy here, but placing the palms behind you and scoot the shoulder blades in together. Take a couple of breaths in this upright position, just to let the inner waters settle. And if you'd like, you can release around the neck, tilting the ears towards the shoulders, one side at a time. And then we'll come back down to the ground, but there's no rush. Make sure you bring a block or a cushion with you, so we're going to use it in a moment. And coming all the way down to lay on your back. And just letting the lower back adjust, placing the feet to the ground. And when you feel ready, the block, scoop it in to support around the tailbone area, so the very lowest part of your spine. You can keep your hands to your hip bones for a moment and make sure your shoulders can melt into the support, the ground. And take a few deep belly breaths here. So we're breathing all the way in and down to the low belly. And emptying completely. And you can choose to stay here or explore extending one leg or two legs. Your arms can rest alongside the body or up like cactus arms, or you might still keep your hands to your body. That's absolutely okay. So let your body melt into the shape in the way that it wants to, in the way that feels like you're meeting yourself where you are. That's the water wisdom, to yield with life and to meet life as it is. Just as you can see a leaf in the stream of a river swirling around the rock and then continuing as the river flows. And in this shape, our lower back and the space around the kidneys get a little bit of a squeeze naturally, especially if you're extending the legs. If the knees are bent, we'll give more space to the lower back. So both are amazing. And as we'll be here for about another minute, explore using the exhale as a means to melt into this shape a little bit deeper. Imagine relaxing the bones. Imagine softening the muscles around the bones. And from that inside part of you to the outer edges, the skin, and the space around the body. Melting like from ice to water. And the last 3 breaths, you might exhale with a sigh or a sound. Or the sound that is connected to the kidneys, according to traditional Chinese medicine. The sound is chu, shu, CHOOO. So you can explore that if you like. And then inviting a deeper breath. If your legs are extended, slowly bring the soles of the feet back to the ground. And once you feel steady here, just slowly lifting the hips up, place the block to the side, and we'll lower the hips all the way down. Taking a moment here in constructive rest pose, let the knees support one another. And just notice any sensations. And once you feel that the ripples of the shape has calmed down, settled, you can bring your knees to chest. Give yourself a good hug here. You might roll side to side. And you might take a few breaths in your happy baby pose, holding the outer edges of the feet. Or find any other movements that feels nourishing for you. And we have one last shape in this practice. It's a spinal twist. So you can bring your feet back down to the ground and scoot the hips over to the right side. And let the arms extend, lower the knees to the left. Option to bring a prop in. You might bring a cushion to support between the knees. And you might bring the weight of another cushion onto your hips or any other way that feels grounding and supportive for you. Allow the nose to drop over to the right side, and relaxing the shoulders, belly, hips. It's said that our kidneys are nourished by yin and moments of stillness, pause, reflection. So trust that doing less right now can actually be beneficial. And see if you can allow yourself to soften into what's here when your body is still. Where can you soften here? And let the last 3 breaths here deepen. You might extend the exhale. And then slowly, in your own way, coming back to center, what feels like the middle for you. And you can pause there for a short moment just to notice the difference between the right side of the body and the left side of the body. And when you feel ready, we'll scoot the hips over to the left side and drop the knees down to the right for your spinal twist to the other side, extending the arms. And if your neck allows, let the face melt over to the left side. And see if you can let your body take up space and rest into its own space. So relaxing shoulders, hips, belly, fingers and toes, face. Letting the body relax as if it was a body of water, and how water adjusts its form according to the surface beneath it, to the container. So you can imagine melting into the corners of the support, taking up that space. And we'll be here for about 1 more minute. So we can use the exhale to check in what wants to soften. And allow your body, the weight, the volume of the body to melt in and down to the support. Deepening the breath. And maybe there's another sigh here or not. Just slowly in your own time, coming back to center and let your body take up space. You can widen the space between the feet and let the arms reach out to the sides like a big star. If you feel that support feels good here, you can place something weighty on your low belly or a cushion under your knees, being very comfortable. This is a variation of our Shavasana. letting the body fully relax into the support of the ground. And relaxing the space behind the eyes, the space inside the throat, the tongue inside the mouth, and the space in the chest around the heart, the backside of the heart, and the front. And relaxing down to the belly, hips, out through the legs and the feet, out through the shoulders and the arms. And the whole body relaxing here. You can stay here as long as you like. And if you're ready to close this practice, we'll do so by placing the palms to meet. Give yourself thank you for showing up. Thank you so much for being here.